way. And Bianca had certainly made up her mind about Luciano. The taller of the two, Signor Raven, had to be Tarquin, the younger brother and general of the Belmonte Company of Mercenaries. The older of the two, Signore Cat, was Luciano, and after their father's passing, now Viscount of Roccolano. Morally fluid, physically fit men who were good dancers and, if rumor held true, skillful lovers, but lacked the blood and moral obligation of royalty. Aless guided Bianca off the dance floor to the nearest trestle table, heaped with marzipan torte, custard tarts, and colorful berries. She popped a grape in her mouth and held out a goblet until the telltale splashing of port wine ceased. After a sip of the bubbly white, she handed the goblet to Bianca, all the while keeping her gaze locked on the Belmonte brothers. "Maybe Luciano will finally become your latest entertainment," she asked Bianca, who hid her face in a goblet of wine. "Not that I'm complaining," she whispered, giving Tarquin a slow, very slow once-over. "But what are they doing in Belonzol?" Bianca leaned in. "The Belmonte Company has been handling our issues with the Immortali. The army didn't have the expertise to clear the harpy nest in the cliffs, but ever since Arabella Belmonte, their sister, disappeared a couple months ago, Luciano has been studying them and Tarquin has been handling them. They've become experts on the Immortali, so Papa hired their company." The rift had torn the veil a few months ago, and the Immortali had re-entered the world as if stepping from the pages of myth and legend. Some were peaceful here in Ceylon, like the Light Elves, the Dark-elves, and the Fae, and others were monsters who killed with impunity. Harpies, wyverns, basilisks, and more. Papa had deployed many of his forces to combat the piracy ravaging the coast and his trade routes, and so the reserves had to be stretched thin fighting enemies no one understood. No one except the Belmonte brothers, apparently. "Say a prayer for me, Aless." Bianca gripped the goblet tightly. "I think I love him. I think I wanna marry him." Marry? With talk like that, Bianca would be the one directing Papa's attention, whether she wanted to or not. To any woman of the Irma Corma royal line, Luciano was forbidden fruit when it came to marriage. Still, in her wistfully recounted daydreams, Bianca always seemed to find herself in an orchard of forbidden fruit anyway, with a ladder just tall enough to reach anything she wanted. "I know you have your heart set on him," she replied, "but maybe you could adjust your expectations a little." Bianca gulped the wine, then upturned the goblet and drained it entirely. Liquid courage? She glanced over her shoulder at the Belmonte brothers. "I'm already 23, Bianca insisted, with no other prospects, so perhaps Luciano could be more. Papa may be keen on sending you to every eligible royal bachelor in the region, but not me. 3 royal bachelors in this past year. In this past year alone," Bianca raised her chin. "And those 3 are all the eligible royal bachelors. All the others are already married or betrothed." She frowned, her eyes meandering up and off to the side. "Or little children. Papa is only keen on sending me around because he wants to get rid of me, unlike his favorite daughter." Since Aless had reached marriageable age, Papa had sent her to maybe a dozen or 2 royal bachelors, although this year he'd only sent her to 2 princes and 1 king. Maybe it was a sign that he was giving up and would finally leave her in peace with her books. Bianca set down the goblet. "It's only because he finds you so meddlesome. Once you decide something must be, you don't let up. It can make you difficult. This public library thing of yours has been a thorn in his side." She straightened. Mama had spent her life teaching the Paesani to read, and when she died, all that had stopped. For nearly a decade, Papa hadn't just stalled Mama's plans to build a public library, a center of learning for all. He'd actively avoided it. It was meddlesome to want to dedicate her life to seeing the library built, to want to teach any and all who wanted to learn